Ang tanong ay hindi na lang, sino ang mananalo? Kundi, sino ang may mas kayang punduhan ang hinaharap ng digmaan? Habang tumatagal ang digmaan, mas nagiging malinaw ang isang katotohanan. Hindi kayang tapatan ng Ukraine ang Russia pagdating sa dami ng tao. At ayaw rin nilang umabot sa puntong ubos ang kanilang sundalo. Kaya ang sagot, hindi dagdag na tao, kundi dagdag na akti. Sa likod ng mabilis na pagdami ng UGVs, may isang malaking epekto na agad naramdaman. Bumaba ang casualties ng halos 30%. Ibig sabihin, mas kaunting sundalo ang namamatay, mas kaunting kailangang palitan, at mas kaunting pera ang napupunta sa medical care, training, at compensation. Sa isang digmaan na umaabot ng bilyon-bilyong dolyar ang gastos, ito ay napakalaking bawas sa pressure ng budget. At dahil dito, nagkaroon ng kaunting hinga ang Ukraine. Mas napapahaba ang training ng bagong recruits. Mas napag-iisipan kung saan sila ilalagay. Hindi na sila basta-basta ipinapadala sa tinatuluran ng kulang sa skala. Mas malalim pa ang epekto. Hindi lang ito pinapabagal ang pagkawala ng tao. Pinapabilis din ito ang pagkawala ng kalaban. Habang ang aerial drones ang sumisira sa kagamitan at pwersa ng Russia, ang ground robots naman ang sumasalo sa logistics at evacuation. Ibig sabihin, unti-unting pinapalitan ng machines ang trabaho ng tao sa halos lahat ng bahagi ng digmaan. At may ipinagkura na mas nakakagulat. Ayon sa ilang military leaders, posible na ang UGVs ay makapalit ng isang tatlo ng mga sundalo sa ground operations. Kung nangyari ito, hindi lang ito tactical at ito ay economic breakthrough. Mas kaunting sweldo, mas kaunting training costs, mas kaunting military burden. At para mangyari iyan, todo ang investment ng Ukraine. Sa ngayon, may humigit kumulang 280 companies na gumagawa ng UGVs. Ibig sabihin, hindi lang ito military project.
Magkuhan si Lolo, maglasa niya eh. Tulog si Lolo eh. Bako naman eh. Mga natutulog.
Oh, mamala! 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 Mamala!
Mamala.
Mamala! 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 Mamala, ha?
And here's what's wild. There's actually a chain of logic that forces this to be true. If it weren't, everything would break.
Mamala!
Let's start simple. Imagine the number 2 times negative equals positive. You memorized it or used it, but you probably never why. And here's what's wild. There's actually a chain of logic that forces this to be true. If it weren't, everything would break. Let's start simple. Imagine the number line. When you multiply by a positive number, you're just moving further in the direction you're facing. So 3 times 2 is just 3 groups of 2. And you're facing right the whole time. But multiplication by a negative, that's a reversal. You flip around. So negative 2 is like taking 2 and spinning it backwards. It's an opposite. Now here's the key. What if you apply a reversal twice? You spin around. Now you're facing the opposite direction. You spin around again, and you're facing the same way you started. 2 reversals bring you back home. So negative times negative should be positive. You flip twice, you end up where you started. That's your intuition. It feels like it should work. But intuition isn't proof. Let's get rigorous. Here's what mathematicians actually use. And I'm going to show you why negative times a negative being positive is the only choice. We're going to build from things we already know. You agree that negative 2 plus 2 is 0. That's obvious, they cancel. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. You can think of this as 3 groups of 2. The distributive property, A times the quantity B plus C, is the same as A times B plus A times C. All of these things we accept. Good. Now watch what happens. I'm going to start with negative 2 plus 2 equals 0, and I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 3. The left side becomes negative 3 times the quantity, negative 2 plus 2. The right side becomes negative 3 times 0, which is 0. Now here's where the distributive property comes in. The left side can be split up as negative 3 times negative 2 plus negative 3 times 0, 0. We know the second part. 3 times 2 is negative 6. We also have negative 3 times negative 2 plus negative 6 equals 0. What number plus negative 6 gives you 0? It has to be positive 6. So negative 3 times negative 2 equals 6. But the thing is, this isn't me telling you anything. The math is forcing this to be true. If negative 3 times negative 2 is anything other than positive 6, then the distributive property is break. And the distributive property is one of the foundations of arithmetic. You can't pick a different answer without breaking something fundamental. Okay, so distributive property. But let's zoom out and see the bigger picture. In mathematics, when we set up a system of numbers, we have a list of rules we agree on. These are called axioms. And those axioms build up everything else. One of those rules is that negative numbers do exist to undo positive ones. Negative 5 undoes 5, they cancel their job. Another rule is distribution. You have to be able to split things up the way I showed you. And here's the thing. If you try to make negative times negative equal a negative, or 0, or anything other than positive, then you've created a contradiction.